Hi, welcome to Algebra 1/2. We're on lesson 46 today. So welcome back to videos. All right, we're talking about exponents and roots. You may or may not have already seen these. If you have, then this should be a piece of cake. If you haven't, that's okay. It should be pretty simple for you. Let's say that I want to multiply a number by itself a bunch of times. Well, there's a shorter way to write it. So instead of writing out, this is 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Instead of writing that out, I can write it like this. 7 being multiplied 6 times. I call this an exponent, or an exponential expression. So here, the 7, that's my base. The 6 is the exponent. And so together, they are a power, or we usually actually refer to the exponent as a power, but even together, they are a power. So I can say that this is 7 to the 6th power. And written like this, I know that this means I'm multiplying 7 6 times. Here I have 2 to the 3rd power equals 8. So this means 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. So if I have 3 to the 4th power, I have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. I have 4 3s. I can even raise fractions to a power. 2/3 to the 3rd power is 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3. 3 of those fractions. All right, down here, I have 4 squared. That's the special name we give when you use 2 as your power. We say that it is squared. So I have 4 squared plus 3 to the 4th power plus 2 to the 3rd power. To simplify this, I have been following, remember, PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Well, we finally got to the exponents part of PEMDAS. So first I do my exponents. This is not 4 times 2, this is 4 times 4 because I have 2 4s. So 4 times 4 is 16. Plus, this is 3 to the 4th power, so that means I have 4 3s. So let's look at this one up here because I have it written out for this example. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 more is 27, and then I have 27 times 3, which is 81. Plus, 2 to the 3rd power, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 more is 8. All right, so that's the first step. Then I need to add it all together. 16 plus 81 is 97, plus 8 is 105, right? Yeah. Sorry, second guessing my brain today. I'm really tired. Okay, so that's how you work with exponents. Now, just like multiplication has an opposite, division, addition has an opposite, subtraction, exponents have an opposite. So if I, for example, have my exponents here, 2 fourths equals 16. This is 2 to the 4th power, not 2 fourths, excuse me, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I know that equals 16, but if I wanted to reverse this, go in the opposite direction, this is what I would write. I would say that I would put 6, what is the 4th root of 16? Let me say that again. What is the 4th root of 16? So the opposite of exponents are roots. Roots are the opposite of exponents. So since I had 2 to the 4th power, I want to find the 4th root of 16. And the 4th root of 16 is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 16. So I can see here by this notation that I am looking for the number that when I multiply it by itself 4 times, it's going to give me 16. Okay? Well, let me teach you the terms for this particular way of writing numbers. This here is called our radical sign. It's kind of like the division symbol, but it's got a little bit sticking out there. That's our radical sign. The number there is your index. That tells you what power you're looking for, how many times that number is being multiplied by itself. And then in here we have our radicand. Inside the radical sign is the radicand. So this is a root. If I don't have an index there, like here, I know I'm looking for the square root. And so that's how I would read this, is the square root of 16. I'm looking for the number that would just be multiplied by itself. So it's only 2 of that number. So if there's no number, no index given with your radical sign, you're looking for the square root. So let's start with some examples. I'm looking for the 4th root of 81. So what number multiplied by itself 4 times is going to give me 81? Now sometimes this might require a little trial and error. I already know that 2 to the 4th root is 16 because we've just done that. So it has to be bigger than that. But I don't want to go too big because it multiplies pretty quickly. So let's just go 1 up. Let's try 3. Well, if I have 4 3s, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. So it is 3. If you knew that off the top of your head, good for you. Now I'm looking for the 3rd root of 27. So what number multiplied by itself 3 times will equal 27? Not what number multiplied by 3. Make sure that you get that right, okay? So let's try 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 more 3. 9 times 3 is 27, so it is 3. Okay, here I have the square root of 16. What number multiplied by itself equals 16? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. So nope, it's got to be bigger. 3 times 3 is 9. Nope. 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So that's our answer. And finally, the cubed root, the 3rd root of 8. Well, we've already seen that 2 3 times is 8, so that means it is 2. Okay, quickly I want to show you this before we do one more example and then your practice. If I have 1 to the 5th power, that means I'm multiplying 1 5 times. 1 times 1 is 1, times 1 is 1, times 1 is 1, times 1 is 1. That gives us a rule. Any 1 raised to any power, whether it's 1 squared, 1 to the 3rd power, 1 to the 205th power, that answer is always 1. How about roots? Well, what would be the root, the 3rd root of 1? Well, I know that 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1, so that has to be the root of 1. That gives us another rule, that any root of 1 is 1. Okay? All right, let me show you one more example, and then we'll go to our practice. In this example, we really need to use our order of operations, PEMDAS, to solve everything. So remember, we start with parentheses. They say, do me first. And those are closely followed by our exponents. Part of exponents would be roots, okay? Roots are included in that. All right. So I'm going to start with my parentheses. 3 minus 2 is 1. Plus 8 is 9. So I know that this is 4 times 9 plus 2 squared, I know is 4, because that's 2 times 2, which is 4, minus the cubed root of 27, the 3rd root of 27. We've already talked about this a lot today. We know that 27, sorry, my tongue is tied today. The number that multiplied by itself 3 times would equal 27 is 3. Plus 12 divided by 2. Now I do all of my multiplication and division going from left to right. 4 times 9 is 36. Plus 4 minus 3 plus 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now I do all my addition and subtraction going from left to right. 36 plus 4 I know is 40. 40 minus 3 is 37. 37 plus 6